Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, a little Thursday Thunder. I'm Bradley Charbonneau, your host, and the host of the Re290 podcast. In fact, if you're listening to this on YouTube or watching on YouTube or listening to it in a podcast, I'm going to have I've got a question for you, I've got an offer for you, I've got a freebie for you, and I'd love you to comment where you're watching or listening to this. All right, here we go. Ready? Hey, I've got a free book for you. Now, I've got a little condition here because only recently has Spotify started offering audiobooks, which is super cool because Spotify has a huge audience and they have, of course, their music and their podcasts, but now they're offering audiobooks. And in fact, I can create a coupon, a free coupon just for you. As you get one, like I have to manually create it and you have to manually put it in, and you need to have Spotify in the following countries. It's the US, I hope I get these right. The US, the UK, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, and Australia. Oh, I got them. All six, so those 6 countries. So if you are in one of those 6 countries and you would like one of my audiobooks for free, just comment where you're listening to this. Now you're going to say, if you're new to me or don't know my work, you're going to say, great, Bradley, I'd love to have an audiobook. Especially, I've got some short stories in there. I just came back from the north of France where we did a big car trip, well, not big, we did a car trip and we listened to audiobooks, which is, I'm such an audiobook. I'm an audiobook listening fan, but I'm also an audiobook narrator fan. I love doing it. So if you'd like to get, I have some of my fiction books on audio as well. And I need to make sure they're all available on Spotify, but you'll find out when you get to the link. So here's what you can do. Comment on this video or audio, wherever it is you're listening. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go find where the platform that you're using to comment and then answer you. So it's going to be a bit of a manual process, but I would love for you to do this. You're going to get a free audiobook out of it. And then I'm going to also find out where people are listening, right? Kind of cool. Because especially with the podcast, it gets distributed to all kinds of podcasting stations and platforms, and so I'm going to figure that out, which is also cool for me to see where are people listening, and then also where are you engaging, right? So I'm offering you a free audiobook, and all I want is a comment. Now, if you're new to my work, then you don't know that I think I can't remember. I think I have 14 audiobooks. I've written and published 34 books, but I haven't done all of them as audio. Audio, I think I've done 14 or 16. So I'm going to make a link in the comment and in the description to give you a list of all my audiobooks, and I'll try to make it the ones that are available on Spotify. The weird thing is, I live in the Netherlands, and I can't I can't even see the page, like the landing page on the Spotify audiobook, where to get this. So you help me, I help you. I give you a free audiobook, you leave a comment, and I'm going to get you a free book. Now, if you're saying, Bradley, I'd love a free audiobook, but I don't live in one of those countries or I don't use Spotify, I have another offer for you that's through a different service called BookFunnel, where I can also get you a code. So, what I'd love for you to do, leave a comment and let me know which audiobook you would like. I have fiction, I've got personal development, self-help, a lot of non-fiction books. I do have some short story fiction books. I have some short story, very inspirational, motivational. Great one of my favorites about my mom called Goddamn Attitude. I've got also another in the short story field. I've got Past the Sour Cream, which if you know me, you know is also one of my websites. But then I have Where I Already Am. One of my favorites about, I always say one of my favorites about, I guess all my books are one of my favorites. But Where I Already Am is about when I was traveling in Africa and met this little boy, and I helped him with his math homework on the beach. It's a darling little story. And then there's Secret Bus to Paradise. That's talking about how you can make paradise transform wherever you are into paradise. It doesn't necessarily have to be the palm trees and the turquoise water and the cocktail with the umbrella in it, right? How to get more paradise into your daily life. That's Secret Bus to Paradise, also a great one. These are super short, right? But definitely, many of them are way less than an hour. So great for a car trip. Get it on your Spotify, get it on your audiobook app for Spotify. And again, I don't even know how this works. So it's another reason I'd love for you to test it out. How does it work? Let me know. Give me some feedback, and in the comment, just say, hey, Bradley, I'd love to have book XYZ, let me know which book you want, and then where you're listening. You want it on Spotify, and also what country you're in, and if you're in one of those 6 countries. All right? Okay, we're talking about enjoying audiobooks on car trips. We're also new for Spotify, audiobooks on Spotify. So check it out. Check out my list of books. Let me know which one you'd like in a comment. Be specific about the book, and if not, I'll say, if you want to say random, hey, give me one of your favorite books, I'll just send you a link. All right? Hey, thanks so much for listening and watching. I create this on YouTube, but also as a podcast. I'm here every week. It's called Thursday Thunder. My sort of philosophy on the idea is that the lightning strikes, and everybody thinks that's the lightning, that's the big moment, that's the big idea. And yet I love lightning, but then I feel that the thunder is where the power comes. A few days later or a few moments later, that's where you get the big shock, you get the big bolt, the jolt of lightning, but then soon after, it lands, and that's where you get the good stuff. That's how this became Thursday Thunder. Maybe the lightning happens on Monday, I don't know. Maybe it's Sunday, maybe it's Tuesday. It's probably different for everybody. In fact, thunder is different for everybody. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Leave a comment. I'll get you an audiobook on Spotify. Thanks. See you next week. Bye for now.